I love Bray Wyatt, and I'm glad that he's back in the WWE. Because after that, everybody thought, okay, Bray Wyatt's not here until the lights went dark. The whole arena went dark. And after that, everybody had their flashlights up, and then you hear Bray Wyatt's old theme song in the background. You have the whole wide world in your hands. You have the whole wide world in your hands. You have the whole wide world in your hands. And I'm like, yo, this is Bray Wyatt's theme music, man. And what's so good about his return is like you have every part of the arena. You have one like a person like a puppet from the Firefly Funhouse, but as humans this time. Sister Abigail, the pig, the bird, even the fiend mask on someone else. And then we cut to a clip where the feed mask, like another feed mask, is on the announce table, and then Michael Cole's like, "What the hell is this?" And it's like, oh, Michael Cole's reaction sold this as well too. And then after that, we see we cut to a shot at like in the front of the stage, in front of like the Extreme Rules sign while it was still dark, and there's a room with like with a shining light and leaves everything, and you cut to a shot of the whole Firefly Funhouse, like very like it hasn't like nobody has been there, you know, since who knows how long. Obviously, ever since Bray has left, everything's filled with cobwebs, like everybody's like every puppet's lying around, and then you cut to a clip where a person wearing Bray Wyatt wearing the White Rabbit mask, which is the mask looks hella cool, by the way. His brand new mask looks hella cool. And then after that, you have like everything is still dark, and then you have a lantern, a person holding a lantern and then Bray Wyatt comes out with the white rabbit mask, and then he reveals himself. Boom! Everybody goes bonkers, and Bray Wyatt looks at the camera, and then he looks back, and he goes to the lantern, and then it cuts to a shot of a firefly upside down with a red circle in it. So I don't know, but that return shocked the WWE universe and me and everybody else at home. Like his return by far is what made everybody lose it in the WWE, because we had for the past few weeks, near a month, we've been getting teasers of Bray Wyatt's return. Everything from the QR codes, from the White Rabbit walking around the arena, from like literally pictures of the White Rabbit everywhere, and from music and everything like with the arena at live shows turning red and black. Like his return is needed. He needed to come back. It just needed to happen. But I'm gonna explain my reasons uh why WWE wanted Bray Wyatt to return and make an impact on not only Triple H but the universe. One, like I honestly felt like WWE needed someone fresh on their roster. They needed like a big time return, because Vince McMahon cut a lot of people from the roster, and I mean a lot. I mean like 98% of the roster. He cut a lot of people, and from between 2015 to 2021, he cut a whole bunch of people, and one of them biggest stars was Bray Wyatt, and I don't know what Vince was doing. Like when the Fiend came out, when the Fiend was first introduced, he felt like, yo, this is something fresh from Bray Wyatt. This is something fresh for his character, and this is something fresh for himself. So, and after a while, they knew what they do. They knew what to do with the Fiend, but after a while, like Vince had no idea what to do, and he just cut him just because he was like, bro, why would you cut the Fiend? One, that's like the biggest person to cut from the WWE in general, and that was very, very dumb of Vince to do that. Like very, very stupid. I don't know what in his mind he was thinking when he cut him, but they needed something fresh. I know Seth Rollins like the like basically still the biggest heel in on Raw and everything, and he's doing what he needs to do as a heel. But right now, it's like they need someone fresh. They need something, new, something that will like make either Raw or SmackDown, go to the top. Which I'm glad that they bring him back. The end of Extreme Rules, which made a lot of sense instead of like bringing him back on Raw. It wouldn't really make sense if he came back on Raw. So, but yeah, I'm glad that they brought him back on the end of Extreme Rules. But another point that I feel like they needed to bring him back is because basically Triple H knows his potential in the company. Obviously, Triple H has seen him wrestle many matches, title matches, and they know how big Bray Wyatt is to the franchise, to the whole company. He's a basically like him as a fiend, him as just regular Bray Wyatt. He's an energy. People love him. Every person, moms, dads, their kids, other wrestlers, they love working with him. They love his energy. They love his like what he brings to the table like to WWE and also Triple H and Stephanie McMahon loves the character of the Fiend and they think like bringing him back will make something it will make WWE be bigger than they already are and be better not only for now but also for the long run and also too I know that if AEW picked him up they wouldn't know what the fuck to do with him honestly like just like how Vince didn't know what to do after a while with Bray. I know if like WWE obviously dropped him, and then if AEW tried to pick like Bray Wyatt as like the biggest potential like ex WWE star in their company. Obviously, Tony Khan is already struggling what the hell to do with his own company with AEW stars and CM Punk. So him bringing along Bray Wyatt, obviously they AEW and Tony Khan would have no idea what to do with Bray Wyatt. Plus, the Fiend is so iconic in the WWE. Him going to AEW, everybody will just hate, WWE and Vince McMahon for letting him go and for AEW to pick him up because one, the Fiend is like one of the biggest stars in the WWE besides Seth Rollins or the Bloodline and Roman Reigns. On top of that, and for him, for his character as he is to like basically how scary he was as the Fiend and how he was as just regular Bray Wyatt, they would have no idea. They didn't know what to do with him as storylines. They didn't know what to do if he had a brand new character. They didn't know what to do if they put him in title matches. They wouldn't know what to do, period, with Bray Wyatt. So I'm glad that WWE let him come back. I don't know what sort of contract they came out with him, but I know it's a good a good contract for him to actually come back and say, "Bro, I'm back. I'm here to wrestle. I'm here not only for myself, but for the fans, and I love my fans. And obviously, the fans missed him, and he missed the fans. So I'm glad that they did that. And obviously, with his new faction with the White Six, that obviously you see the shots of of each person from the Firefly Funhouse, Sister Abigail, and everybody else. I feel like that you know that faction will become very great, very great as time goes on because you will have each person playing a different character, including the Fiend himself, including his own character, the Fiend. So honestly, what dates like going back towards like Liv Morgan's match. Liv Morgan was possessed. You could see in her match she was possessed. So I don't know if in a way they want like what they're going. If Liv Morgan's probably going to be Sister Abigail or Alexa Bliss, maybe be Sister Abigail, who knows? But between them two, I feel like, in my opinion, Liv Morgan will join White's new faction and then will probably make her character even better because she will be as a heel and as a heel, I feel like her stuff, her her as a wrestler will get better. Her in ring performance will get better. Her mic skills, her promos will get better. And I feel like it would just elevate her as a person if like she joins White's new faction, the White Six. But it was really cool just to see Bray Wyatt come back, and also too WWE is finally listening to the fans, listening to what the fans want to see, and I'm glad that as head of creative, as Triple H's head of creative, Vince, not Vince, Stephanie and Triple H are listening to the fans, listening them out, like telling them what we want to see, and this is going to be a different direction and a good direction for WWE and for the long term because we want to see like better matches, better promos. We want to see some of our favorite wrestlers coming back to the company sooner or later. We want to see stuff like that. So overall, I feel like having Bray Wyatt back would not only elevate WWE but make them better and better for the future because like not only you have one of the biggest stars now returning, I feel like something great will come over them with their new faction, the White Six. So obviously, some point, sometime, um, I don't know if they will have wrestlers be wrestling in their costumes or how they're gonna have like one by one like each week you have a different person unveiling themselves as this person, that Sister Abigail or the pig or you know what I mean, like those specific characters from the Firefly Funhouse. But overall, that with the whole thing with Bray Wyatt, I am like I said, I'm glad to see him back in the WWE. I'm glad to see him basically him as the White Rabbit, and we're gonna see what Bray Wyatt has to offer and bring to WWE now he's back. And I want to know what crazy stories they're gonna pull with his faction and potentially maybe a bloodline versus the White Six. That will be a good match between them, a good faction match. But hey, but that's my opinion on the whole thing.